The traders had to find ways to move their goods efficiently. To travel overland, the camel was favoured mode of transportation. Nomadic peoples in Central Asia started domesticating camels as early as the 2nd millennium BC. For example, the Han Chinese used camels captured from the Xiongnu to carry military supplies. Camels could withstand the harsh desert conditions through Central Asia and were also able to carry up to 500 pounds at a time. Pack animals, especially camels, made the transportation of goods over land on the Silk Road viable. Merchants and sailors made use of the ocean to transport goods too. Sailors needed a strong understanding of wind patterns and storm systems to successfully navigate the oceans. For example, in the Indian Ocean, monsoon winds blow from the northeast in the winter and from the southwest in the summer. With a southwestern wind pushing them east, merchants were able to travel from the Red Sea between Egypt and Arabia to India in the summer, and then back to the Red Sea in the winter. This information was exchanged among sailors and made its way beyond the Indian Ocean. The effects of exchange. One obvious effect of trade along the Silk Road was more goods were available in more places. Silk, owing to its soft texture and appealing shimmer, became so hotly desired that it was used as currency in Central Asia. However, the process of raising silkworms and creating fabric from their cocoons remained a Chinese secret through the 6th century CE. The fact that China remained the only source of silk meant that trade goods continued to travel across Asia. This involved many people and locations in the Silk Road trade networks. Spices from the East Indies, glass beads from Rome, silk, ginger, and lacquerware from China, furs from animals of the Caucasian steppe, and slaves from many locations all travelled along the Silk Road. Some effects were cultural. During the rule of the Tang dynasty of China, for example, sculptures of camels from the caravans that frequently traded in China were placed in graves. Clearly, the animals made an impression. Ideas and diseases were also exchanged along the sea lanes and camel routes, and both would have profound effects on the locations they travelled to. Toward the end of the 2nd century, a plague tore through the Roman Empire, killing 10% of the population. Historians think that this plague first appeared in China before making its way through trade routes to the Near East, where Roman soldiers were campaigning. As for the exchange of ideas, Buddhism came to China through trade with India. The Sogdians of Central Asia often acted as traders between India and China. Sogdiana also translated Sanskrit sutras into Chinese and spread the Buddhist faith as they traded. Other faiths, like Zoroastrianism, Manichaeism, and Christianity also travelled along the sea and land routes. These religions developed and changed to fit the new regions they travelled to. Chinese silk in Rome, so now we have a sense of the economic and political conditions that enabled Chinese silk to make its way to Roman markets. Both the Han Chinese and Roman empires controlled vast territories and kept them relatively peaceful. The Han conquered their way into Central Asia. From there, nomadic traders carried goods farther west or south. Trade brought new faiths, new ideas, and new goods to places they had not previously been.